Defending Super Bowl champions looking like this year's Super Bowl champions. For Brady, 276 yards and 5 touchdowns, 2 of them to Gronk. Belichick's like, wait, they did what? That's 10 straight wins for the Bucs, but Brady still not satisfied. Take a listen.
I think we're 2-0, so that's the most important thing for me is we got 2 wins. I know I could play better. I could make some better throws. I had some more opportunities today to make some throws and, missed AB a few times. Had some other reads I should have done a better job on. But we'll keep working at it and keep getting in football shape and get used to this heat a little bit. And then try to, we got 2 games on the road, so try to go on the road and win a tough game.
Pretty historic start for Tom Brady, just the 5th quarterback ever to open the season with back-to-back 4-touchdown games. He's almost 10 years older than the other guys on that list as well. We got Mike Vick joining us now. Mike, how worried should the rest of the NFL be about what they are seeing from Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucs right now?
It's another year, and Tom Brady look like he's back in full form. And it's not just Tom Brady; he's just a fraction of what's going on. It's not even Antonio Brown, and it's not Mike Evans. It's Gronk, and it's Chris Godwin as of right now, who's been showing up big time in the passing game. They don't even have a balanced running attack right now. It's more so about what Tom Brady is doing in the air. The defense has played against some good opponents, but has managed to get stops and create turnovers when needed. So, it's about Tom, but it's about the team as a whole right now. They're playing some good team ball. Obviously, 2 good teams that they faced. The Falcons had a better offense than we thought they would put up yesterday. And it all worked out. But, for Tom Brady and those guys, and the rest of the league, they should be put on notice because right now it's not the marquee players like Antonio Brown and Mike Evans making the plays. It's Gronk and Chris Godwin filling in the void. And they're really looking good right now in terms of where they at. So 2-0 off to a good start, and they're probably only going to get better from here.
Yeah, Mike, the rest of the league should be very worried. And I said in Brady's last year in New England that at age 42, which is what he was then, he no longer was good enough to just carry like mediocre skilled players to deep playoff runs. And they did still win 12 games, but he wasn't going to win championships anymore with those types of teams. Now he goes to Tampa Bay, and he has got skilled players galore. I mean, you mentioned Godwin and Gronk. I mean, those guys are great. And then you got AB and Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette, I think, is running the football as well as he ever has. And that actually stacks up with his historic numbers. So he is playing well. I mean, you can't stop this team. Offensively, look, the Chiefs are phenomenal offensively. Tampa Bay is just as good, if not better offensively, at least right now. And the reason people should be scared is because their defense, while it hasn't looked great the first 2 weeks, they have the personnel. Todd Bowles is a great defensive coordinator where you can say they're going to get better. Like, they don't look very good right now, but they will improve. We know that's what helped them win the Super Bowl last year. So unlike the Chiefs, who are a one-sided attack with the offense, Tampa Bay, you can predict, will get better defensively, and offensively they continue to play this well. Nick, quickly, this reminds me of when Brady got Randy Moss in New England. And it was like, wow, Brady 50 touchdowns? He looked like a different quarterback when he had a weapon because he hadn't had anything like that before. And now he's got weapons everywhere, and he looks like Tony Dungy said last night. Bruce Arians told him before the year, Brady might have his best season ever. He's on pace to approach that right now. I know it's early, but he really could. I mean, it's so easy. He's got 9 touchdowns. Nick, poo-poo it all you want. It's just the truth, man.
I'm not poo-pooing it. Wild. During the Bucs game yesterday, there was a commercial for the new Michael Myers movie, the new Halloween movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis is back. And I'm like, oh, I relate to her. Because it's been, for her, 40 years. For me, I turned 37 in 2 weeks. I am married with 3 children. When Tom Brady started winning championships, I don't think I'd ever been on a real date yet. The 07 season Broussard's talking about, I was still in college. And I got to have my Sunday afternoon christened in the 4 o'clock window by back-to-back Brady to Gronk touchdowns. Brady to Gronk? It's 2011. I got to see this tweet sent to me. Tom Brady is about to have more touchdowns in his 40s than his 20s. What? And on top of all that, there is there's this mind meld that facing a Brady team makes other teams just spit up on themselves. The Falcons, early in this game, they're moving the ball. They have 4th and inches on the plus side of the 40. They're like, punt. The very next drive, they have 4th and 2 on the minus side of the 40. Matt Ryan, quarterback sneak. What? Then, finally, they're back in the game. It's 25-28. It's like, oh, the Falcons, Tampa put their foot off the gas. Couldn't come back. Nope. Pick six, back-to-back pick sixes by the same guy who's like the 11th best player on Tampa's defense. I'm so tired of it, man. It's 2021. They dropped 40. Brady leads the league in touchdown passes. He's 44, and he's sitting in a baby pool talking to Gronk about keeping this up till he's 50. I can't deal with it, man. It's too much.
I know it's a lot for you. There was a baby pool there, but he was on an Adirondack chair. He was not in the baby pool, so let's just make sure we are factually accurate. Mike, here's the thing that I'm impressed with. Not only are you scoring a lot, right? You just scored 79 points over 2 games. They're scoring very fast. Here's the length of their touchdown drives. 238, 154, 331, 136, 135. The ease and the speed of which they're scoring, it's like Broussard said, it reminds me of the old Randy Moss Patriots. So I'm just like you. I see them getting better. The defense, though, I know Nick doesn't want to say it because the Chiefs' defense doesn't look great either. The defense, to me, doesn't seem as dominant. Do you think if there's any flaw to find in the Bucs that it might be that the defense isn't quite as good last year as they are this year, or this year as they were last year?
Well, I'll just say this. They played some good offenses. We didn't know what we was going to get from Atlanta yesterday, and Matt Ryan, he can strike fire anytime. And then Dallas came in, and they got weapons all over the place, and it was a barn burner. But I thought the defense stepped up at the time of need. And, that's going to be needed throughout the course of the season. These are just stepping stones that's going to propel them for the next level postseason. So it's good experience right now and building good character. But in terms of the offense, for what Tom Brady has been able to do and how easy we talked about the offense looking, it's going to continue to get better. These concepts that Tom Brady understands and recognizes, it's just repetitive. These are things that he'd like to do. And just going out and taking advantage of opponents and everything that they do is going to be at a premium moving forward. So we might as well get used to this.
And get used to it. It's been 20 years of not wanting to, but now you're 21. Get used to it. Listen, on the Tampa defense side, I don't necessarily agree with Broussard that the defense is going to get better and better. I think the secondary has real questions. It was the weakest part of their defense coming into the year, and they've suffered some injuries. But if they're scoring 40 points, that obviously won't matter. What is set Brady aside. Brady's greatest quarterback ever. He does, he has the TB12 method. Okay, so he's going to reinvent aging. Gronk was cooked 3 years ago. Leonard Fournette has not run with this type of burst since LSU. Right. Antonio Brown was available to the whole league for a year almost. What is happening? It's 110 degrees. They're an old team, and it's like Gronk looks. That was the best Gronk has looked in 5 years. I can't explain it, Jenna. I just know it just
That's
is
what happened
painful.
when you buy into
It
the
just causes
TB12
pain.
diet.
I guess so, Mike.
All right, well,
I think it is.
well, listen, I'm really sorry about that. I don't want you feeling bad. I actually do care about you. So come